Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here because we all love to geek out about AI, especially when it starts changing how we find information online, right?
Right.
Well, today we're diving deep into Google's latest AI search features.
Oh, yeah?
And we're basing this deep dive on an interesting article called Homegrown AIS, which, by the way, translates to Google Search's AI innovation.
Yeah.
So consider this your heads up, folks. Things are about to get really interesting.
Yeah, it really seems like Google's going all in with AI.
Yeah.
Trying to completely change how we search for information.
Oh, absolutely. So let's break this down a little bit, starting with those AI overviews.
Okay.
Those quick summaries you see right at the top of your search results.
Yeah.
Well, those are now powered by, get this, something called Gemini 2.0. And this promises to be a total game changer.
It's not just like a little upgrade. It's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Gemini 2.0 makes these overviews super detailed and crazy fast, even when you're looking for answers to complex questions.
Yeah, and I thought this example was really interesting.
Yeah.
The article mentioned that Gemini 2.0 can analyze a Python code snippet and actually pinpoint the reason for an error in the code.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
I know.
It makes you think.
I know.
Like, are we going to have to go to Reddit or Stack Overflow anymore
for
help?
Exactly.
Google will have it right there.
Exactly. It makes you think about how different learning and problem solving could be in the future.
Right, yeah.
But wait, there's more?
There's always more.
Right. Tell me about this AI mode thing. It's like the new buzzword.
Yeah, AI mode. Well, it's like an experimental feature that Google has kind of tucked away in Google Labs. And it's meant to be a lot more than just a simple question and answer tool.
Okay.
It's more like, I think, like a personal AI research assistant. So let's say you're trying to develop healthier eating habits. Instead of just giving you a list of websites, AI mode could analyze all kinds of things like different diet apps or fitness trackers.
Oh, wow.
Even SNAR scales. It can break down all their features, highlight their limitations, and even pull in new user reviews.
All in one place?
All in one place.
It's incredible. That would honestly save so much time and effort.
Right.
It almost sounds like it's making decisions for us.
It's not really making decisions, but it's like giving you all these options, all this information in one place.
Right.
But the cool thing is, you can actually ask follow-up questions right there in AI mode. So let's say you're looking at those smart scales.
Yeah.
And you think, I wonder if a midnight snack impacts my sleep.
Right.
You can ask AI mode directly.
Right there.
Right there.
Wow.
And it'll pull up the latest research.
That's amazing.
And give you an instant answer.
Okay, so how does all this compare to what other search engines are doing with AI? Because it feels like everyone's jumping on this AI bandwagon.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Right.
Google's not the only one doing this.
No.
The article mentioned ChatGPT Search,
right,
which is known for, sounding very conversational.
Yeah.
And there's also Perplexity AI, which focuses on being really transparent about their sources.
Okay.
So it's like a race to see who can do it best.
It is. So what do you think gives Google an edge in all of this?
Well, they've been crawling and ranking the web for so long, right? They've got that experience combined with all their AI investments.
Right.
I mean, they've been indexing and organizing information forever.
Yeah.
So that gives them a big advantage when it comes to training their AI models.
Okay, that makes sense. But I have to admit, with all this talk about AI taking over search, I can't help but wonder about the downsides, The article mentioned concerns about smaller content creators and the potential for bias.
Right.
Right.
Are those valid concerns, do you think?
They're definitely worth thinking about.
Yeah?
I mean, what if Google's AI just starts, summarizing everything and presents it as the ultimate truth?
Right.
That could really hurt smaller websites and blogs that depend on search traffic.
That's a good point. It's almost as if Google could become even more of a gatekeeper for information.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're the ones deciding what people see and how it's all summarized.
Yeah, and that's why it's really important for Google to be upfront about how these AI systems work and to make sure that they're using lots of different sources of information.
Right, not just the most popular ones.
Right.
Okay, so what about bias? if these AI models are trained on existing data,
Right.
how can we be sure they aren't just perpetuating the biases that are already out there?
Right. That's a good question, too.
Right.
Because AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on.
Yeah.
So if the data's biased, then the AI's output is going to be biased, too. That's true.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that? Like, is it even possible to create unbiased AI?
That's a really tough question.
Right.
And it's something that, researchers and developers are really struggling with right now.
Yeah.
One thing they're trying to do is create more diverse data sets
Okay.
to train these models on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're also trying to come up with ways to, find and fix bias within the algorithms themselves.
That sounds really challenging.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's something that we should all be talking about.
Yeah.
And we should all be demanding more transparency from these companies
Definitely.
that are developing these super powerful AI systems.
The more AI becomes part of our lives,
Right.
the more important it is to make sure that it reflects our values.
Absolutely.
And that it actually helps humanity.
Well, this has already been a lot to think about. Google's AI innovations are definitely exciting.
Yeah, they are.
But they also come with a lot of questions and potential challenges.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're just at the beginning of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's important to be both excited and maybe a little bit skeptical.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about all the technical stuff, all the
Yeah.
features that Google's working on with AI search.
Right.
But what does it actually mean for, the everyday person?
Yeah.
Like you and me.
That's the big question, right?
Is this the beginning of the end for those late night Wikipedia deep dives?
Right.
Or are we entering this golden age of information where we can just find exactly what we need in a snap?
I think it's easy to get excited about all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
But the real impact is going to be how these tools change our relationship with information, right?
Yeah.
Will they make us more informed or more passive, just relying on these AI summaries?
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah.
Part of me really loves the idea of AI doing all the hard work.
Right.
Finding all the perfect sources,
Yeah.
distilling all these complex topics into these easy to understand nuggets.
Yeah.
But then there's that other part of me that's wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are we going to become too reliant on this? Are we going to lose our ability to think for ourselves, critically evaluate different perspectives?
Right.
If AI is always feeding us what it thinks is the best answer.
Yeah. And that's a really valid concern, I think.
Yeah.
The article even called AI mode.
Really?
Lazy mode, almost as a joke.
Right. But, it does make you think.
Yeah.
Is convenience going to come at the cost of intellectual curiosity?
Yeah.
Think about it. There's something really satisfying
about
digging through information yourself.
Absolutely.
It's connecting the dots, having those aha moments.
Yeah.
If AI takes over all that,
Yeah.
are we losing something valuable?
Yeah. It's like the difference between
reading a really detailed book about a historical event versus just getting the Cliff's Notes,
Sure.
You might get the gist.
Yeah.
But you miss out on all the nuances.
All the details.
The details, the debates,
Right.
the stories that
Yeah.
make it so interesting.
Exactly. And those nuances are so important, especially now when there's so much information out there.
Right.
If we're not careful, AI could actually make the problem worse, right? By creating these echo chambers where we only see information that agrees with what we already think.
That's a really good point. So it's not just about the technology, right? It's about how we use it.
Absolutely.
So how can we make sure that we're using AI as a tool to really learn and understand things and not just a shortcut that makes us intellectually lazy?
Yeah, I think it all comes down to being more mindful. We can't just blindly accept whatever these AI summaries tell us.
Right.
We need to see them as a starting point. Ask ourselves, where did this information come from?
Right.
Are there other points of view that aren't being shown?
Yeah.
Are there biases that might be affecting the information?
So it's almost like we need to have that same kind of healthy skepticism that we have with any other source of information.
Right.
We can't just assume that because it's coming from an algorithm that it's automatically objective or complete.
Exactly. And it's not just about being skeptical.
Okay.
It's about actually looking for different perspectives. Don't just stick to the stuff that Google's AI shows you.
Right.
branch out.
Yeah.
Look at different websites.
Right.
Read articles. Talk to people who have different opinions.
And that makes me think back to what we were talking about earlier about those smaller content creators. Like, if everyone is just getting their information through these AI summaries, will anyone even click on those, like, in-depth articles?
Yeah.
Right. Blog posts.
That's a real worry, and I think it's something Google needs to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they could build something into their AI summaries that shows different sources. You know, like, what if AI mode didn't just give you one answer, but showed you different perspectives from different websites and experts?
I love that idea.
Right.
Yeah, that would really help make sure that smaller voices are still heard and that people are getting a more balanced view.
Exactly.
Information.
It wouldn't solve everything, but it would be a good start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ultimately, the responsibility is on both sides.
Okay.
Google needs to think carefully about how to design these features in a way that encourages different perspectives and critical thinking.
Right.
And we, as users, need to be proactive about challenging our own assumptions and looking for a wider range of information.
So it's a partnership.
It is. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
Google needs to do its part.
Right.
And we need to do ours.
Right.
It's like a dance.
I like that. A dance where both partners need to be aware of the steps.
Right.
Anticipate each other's moves.
And the music for that dance is going to be the ongoing conversation about how we deal with this new information landscape.
Speaking of navigating, I'm curious about your thoughts on the future of search.
Yeah.
Do you think AI will eventually take over completely? Like become this all-knowing oracle that we go to for every question? Or will, you know, human curiosity and the desire to really understand things keep us from totally outsourcing our thinking to algorithms?
That's a great question.
Right.
And I don't think there's an easy answer.
Yeah.
What we're seeing is like this gradual shift where AI is playing a bigger and bigger role in how we find and process information.
Right.
But I do believe that human curiosity is powerful.
Yeah.
Like, we are natural explorers, right?
Yeah.
We want to learn. We want to understand.
Yeah.
We want to connect with the world around us.
So maybe it's not about AI replacing human thinking, but about, like, enhancing it.
Exactly.
Like, AI can help us sort through this massive amount of information. Yeah. But it's still up to us to decide what we want to learn, to ask the right questions, and to really think critically about the information we find.
AI can be this incredible tool for discovery.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to use it wisely.
Right.
To make sure that it actually helps us be more curious.
Wow, you've given us a lot to think about.
This is a big topic.
It really is.
Yeah.
It seems like this whole AI revolution is about so much more than just faster searches or more convenient summaries. Correct. It's about, like, how we learn, how we think, how we interact with the world around us.
It really is.
It's huge.
And as we move forward, we need to approach this new era with both a sense of excitement and, I think, a commitment to responsible innovation.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation.
It has.
And I'm sure our listeners are, like, their minds are blown right now.
Hopefully.
But before we wrap things up, I want to touch on one more aspect of Google's AI innovations.
Okay.
The article mentioned something about this potential shift from passive to dynamic research.
Right.
What exactly did they mean by that?
That's where things get really interesting, I think.
Okay.
They're basically suggesting that AI could completely change how we do research online. Instead of us typing in keywords and clicking links, AI could do all that for us.
Right.
Like, imagine AI crafting the perfect search queries,
going
to all these different websites, and even putting all the information together into a report, all based on what you're specifically interested in.
So it's like having a personal research assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
But doesn't that make us even more passive?
It's a good point. In the research process.
Yeah.
Like, if AI is doing all the work,
right,
do we lose those essential research skills?
I think it goes back to what we were talking about before, about being intentional.
Right.
Just because AI can automate things doesn't mean we should let it do everything. We can use AI to do the tedious stuff, like gathering data. Yeah. But then we can focus on the things that require human thinking.
Right, okay.
Like critical thinking, creativity.
So it's about finding that balance.
Exactly. Yeah. Using AI to make us better at research.
Right.
Not to replace us completely.
It's almost like AI could be the ultimate research partner.
I like that.
Yeah.
It gives us the building blocks,
Right.
and we bring the human element.
The analysis,
right.
the interpretation.
Yeah,
the
synthesis.
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
This evolving relationship between humans and AI.
Okay, so if we take a step back and look at the big picture, what does this mean for the future of search? Are we headed towards a world where we just, like, tell our AI assistant what we want to know, and it gives us the perfect answer?
Yeah.
Or will there always be a place for, you know, human curiosity, exploration, serendipity?
I think the future of search is going to be a mix of both.
Okay.
Like, we'll have the AI-powered efficiency,
Right.
but also the human drive to explore.
Yeah.
AI can help us find answers,
Yeah.
but it's our curiosity,
Yeah.
our desire to understand why things are the way they are.
Right.
That's going to keep us digging deeper,
Yeah.
challenging assumptions,
Right.
exploring new ideas.
So it's not one or the other.
Right.
It's about figuring out how AI and human ingenuity can work together.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a journey, and it's going to require us to be adaptable, to think critically,
Yeah.
and to be open to the unknown.
The possibilities are exciting,
They are.
but also a little bit scary. And it's up to us to shape this future of search in a way that benefits everyone.
This has been a really insightful conversation.
It had it.
And I'm sure our listeners have a lot to think about.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
there's one more aspect of Google's AI revolution that I want to touch on. We've talked about how Google's incorporating AI into search, but this article from Lonnie Zahn AI really got me thinking about the long game.
Yeah, like the bigger implications,
Yeah.
how these changes could really reshape how we think about knowledge and learning.
Exactly. Like, imagine a world where AI can just, boom, instantly synthesize information from millions of sources.
Right.
Answer any question you throw at it.
Yeah.
Even predict what you're searching for before you even type it in.
It's amazing to think about.
It is.
It's like we'd have this crazy access to information,
Yeah.
but also makes you wonder,
Yeah.
like, if it's that easy to get information,
Right.
are we going to lose something important along the way?
That's exactly what I've been thinking about. Yeah.
It's like, learning a new language.
Okay.
Like, you can either immerse yourself in it, right?
Right.
Struggle through those first conversations.
Yeah, make all the mistakes.
Make all the mistakes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or you could just, like, download a language pack.
Right, right.
Directly into your brain, you know?
Yeah.
One way is challenging and rewarding.
Yeah.
The other way is efficient, but maybe not as fulfilling.
It makes you think about the trade-offs, right?
It does.
Between efficiency and the actual process of learning.
Right, because there is something to be said for that struggle.
Totally.
For putting in the effort to actually learn something.
Yeah. And a lot of times,
Yeah.
it's those moments of frustration,
Yeah.
those detours, those dead ends,
Yeah.
that's where you really learn the most.
Right. Like, you go down these research rabbit holes,
Yeah, all the time.
You start with one simple question.
Right.
And then, like, 3 hours later.
You're, like, deep into some topic you didn't even know existed.
Exactly. And you might not have found what you were originally looking for.
Right.
But you found something even more interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those are the moments, right?
Well,
Or
yeah.
you make those unexpected connections, those
Yeah.
serendipitous discoveries.
Right. And that's often where, new ideas come from.
Yeah.
Innovation, creativity.
Yeah. And it makes me wonder, like, if AI is always steering us toward the most efficient answer,
Right.
are we going to miss out on those moments of serendipity?
It's a good question. And I think it comes back to being proactive.
Okay.
Even as AI gets better and better,
Right.
we can't just sit back and passively consume information.
Yeah.
We have to use AI as a tool for exploration, like a starting point, not the final destination.
So it's not about just taking what the AI gives us as, like, the gospel truth.
Exactly.
We need to dig deeper,
Yeah.
explore different angles,
Right.
challenge the assumptions that are baked into the information.
It's not just about fact-checking.
Right.
It's about really engaging with the information, asking why, asking so what.
It almost feels like we need a whole new set of skills, like
Yeah.
an AI-era critical thinking toolkit.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be able to tell what's real and what's fake,
Right.
spot bias,
Yeah.
figure out if a source is credible or not.
Right, because it's not enough to just know how to use the tools.
Right, exactly.
We have to know how to think about the information we're getting.
Yeah, and we can't lose that sense of curiosity.
Yeah.
That willingness to go beyond what's familiar.
Right.
To explore new things.
Because that's where the real magic happens, right?
Totally.
When you step outside of your comfort zone.
The most interesting discoveries often come from the unexpected places.
Well said.
Yeah.
I think this has been an incredibly insightful conversation.
It has been fun.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us.
Of course. And to everyone listening.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with this thought. As AI becomes more and more a part of our lives, let's not forget about our own human curiosity.
Yeah.
Let's use these tools wisely, ethically,
right,
and always with a sense of wonder.
Beautifully said. Thank you for joining us on this episode of The Deep Dive. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into the ideas shaping our world.